Welcome back. I'm Diamond Lewis, host of this health edition of Let's Talk DeKalb. Many of us want to make changes to improve our overall health. One individual, a registered nurse here in DeKalb County, Tasha Lewis, introduced fitness training to her workplace years ago, and it took off from there. Here now is my interview with Tasha Lewis as she shares how she's helping people improve their physical health, one body, well, make that 1 pound at a time. Thank you so much for allowing DCTV to be here at Tadda's Fitness Center today.
I'm truly honored. Thank you.
Now, where did the name Tadda come from?
Oh my God, as a child, it's been my nickname from birth. I was a very fast-paced child. Everything I did was very quick. And when I started doing certain things, my mother would be like, oh my God, Tadda. Started walking at 9 months and different things like that. So from that age, I've always been called Tadda. But when you come to Tadda's, that's what I do for you. I transform your life from the inside out, and by the time you leave, you say, ta-da.
Now, we came here and talked to some of the clients here, and you're absolutely right. We have heard people talk about how this center has not only changed them physically, but also internally, emotionally, spiritually. One of your clients lost her husband and said, but for TFC, she wouldn't be able to come out and socialize again. So talk to me about how this is not just a place for physical well-being, but full well-being of the human.
I've been a registered nurse for 28 years, and that's where my passion starts. Always being able to help people see their need. Not everyone comes to you wants that physical transformation. They may be going through alcoholism, depression, and as a nurse, that's my big thing, to make sure that whatever is happening with them, that we take care of that and find a balance with them. And so when people come off medication, has been on medication for years, that's one of my biggest claim to fame. I can help anybody lose weight, but actually saving their life, that's the key.
Now, I will say, I came here and worked out with you, and there was this young lady, I say young lady because she's actually a seasoned client of yours, and I mean, I'm dragging, oh Lord, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. It's this Miss Glow. Come on, Diamond, let's go, let's go. Tell us a story about Miss Glow and how she's just one example of the success that happens here every day at TFC.
Well, like many of my clients, they see the sign or they've heard about us, and she literally just walked through and was like, what are y'all doing in here? And she came in 2012, so she's been with me a very long time. And when she came in, she just said, you know, she looks fit, but she wasn't healthy. She wasn't as strong, she was very weak. And she's like, I just do whatever you can do to take care of me. And she just jumped right in and she trusted the process. That's the big thing. And she's never left. Now, with that being said, I got to her into the best shape of her life. She literally can hold a plank for over 9 minutes, or we can put plates, 45-pound plates on her, and she can hold it with the best of them. But what the best thing about all of that, that's great that she became strong, she actually is a survivor, a breast cancer survivor 3 times over. And her physicians all said if she wasn't as strong as she was been or as healthy as she was going into that battle, we're not sure what her prognosis would have been. So my biggest thing is you never know what's around the corner, so get as strong as you can to be able to battle whatever it may be.
COVID showed us that.
Absolutely.
Because we all realize that there are health challenges. Everybody's going to have something. Everybody has something, right? But people who tended to have a tougher time dealing with COVID were those who had comorbidities, exactly. Right? So it's all about making sure that you are as healthy as you can be so that you can fight off other things that may come your way. Exactly. So talk to me about what started this whole TFC, I like to call it a movement. You started out as a registered nurse. Talk to me about that.
So I'm still a registered nurse for 28 years, and I started off at a hospital, local hospital here, and I used to oversee, I was the educator for the ICU and the emergency department. So I used to oversee all the codes in the hospital. And one day I was in my ground floor in my office in the emergency department, and I heard blue alert, 4th floor. So I don't have to attend these codes, but I said, let me see what my team is doing. So I'm a marathon runner. I ran up 4 flights of stairs. And as I was going midway up there, the physician was going up the stairs as well. And I see her hanging on the side of the rail, can barely catch her breath, barely holding up one finger. So I know she's trying to make it to the code, but she's not. So now I'm sprinting to the code. I get to the code, and then there's a young lady who's trying to do chest compressions, but she ran to the code and she's out of breath. So she's doing ineffective chest compressions. And I moved them out of the way. I done sprinted up 4 flights. I started doing chest compressions, told me to get a crash cart, and I ran the code as if I was the physician. Thank God we saved that gentleman's life. However, I was appalled. That the fact that our healthcare providers, who are supposed to be the healthcare providers, couldn't even be there to be able to save them because they were out of breath, they were out of shape. So instead of me, I'm not a complainer. I'm like, what can we do to change this? I wrote a letter to the hospital, the administration, and asked them, could I start a boot camp out of the hospital for our healthcare providers? And that was September 2008. And they said, sure. And next thing you know, I started TFC Fitness in the same room. I have my administrative meetings and I would have my classes. And when I started getting all these people coming in, nurses, doctors, environmental services, anyone who worked in the hospital, I started having walking billboards going around the hospital, meaning they transformed themselves. One nurse went from a size 18 down to a size 6. One young lady, and when I say she was 55 with a train wreck, from everything from breast cancer to carpal tunnel syndrome to congestive heart failure, name it, she had it. She was a train wreck. They wanted to fire her from the hospital because she could not do her job, do the role responsibilities of her job. She was with me for for 6 weeks. And when I say I transformed her life, ta-da, for real, to the point where she started walking through, pushing her patients, to the point where after that, everybody wanted to join. If you changed her like that, I know what you can do for me. And she stayed with me for many, many years, and she went on to lose 90 pounds in 1 year with me. Whoa. Completely saved her life. Her doctor said she would be on an oxygen tank by the end of the year if I hadn't stepped in.
That's the kind of transformative work that you are now doing here in your own brick and mortar, because it started in the parking lot there of the hospital. You're doing this at your own brick and mortar here, right off of Wesley Chapel and Snapfinger Woods.
That's right.
Talk to me about, what does that mean? Because I've watched you, and it's not just a business for you. There's something different going on here. You truly, truly care about each and every person that you work with in this facility. So talk to me about, why is this work so important to you?
This work is more important to me because I'm on a preventive side of healthcare. Before, as you came into the emergency department, I just took care of what happened after you got there. But now I want to prevent you from getting to the emergency department. So my fitness gym, my gym is more than just, it's a one-stop shop. When I come in, I do high-tech scans. I ask for you to bring in your lab work. I have a wellness center. If you haven't had lab work, I do your lab work for you, because I got to get to the core of what the issue is. Why did we gain the weight? Is it a health issue? If it's a health issue, I can help you with that. Most gyms you go to, they don't understand the health aspect, so they just want to give you a diet and help you lose weight. Whereas me, what got you to this point? Because not everybody gain weight because they just ate unhealthy or because they have a horrible lifestyle. Sometimes it's a comorbidity that may be underlining that needs to be addressed before you even get to that issue. And that's why I do what I do.
I know one of the things that you are very strong about is that you have to know your blood type.
Yes.
And that was shocking for me. So explain that to me, because so many people don't know their blood type. Why is that important?
Yeah, so one, you get one blood type for the rest of your life. So find out what it is, and most times you can go to your doctor and get it. So we do it here at TFC for a very low cost, and you get it in 5 minutes. And your blood type tells a lot about what's happening. For example, I'm blood type A. Blood type A are the vegetarians of the world. I'm not a full vegetarian, but I'm a pescatarian, and I do very little fish anyway, so that's why I just say a pescatarian. But with that being said, it's really important to understand, because you may be causing yourself more health issues. So all my life I knew that pork, when I ate it, gave me a headache. I love pork. I came from a pork eating family. I want to eat pork. However, pork, every time I was a kid, I got a headache. As an adult, I got a headache. And when I stopped the pork, it wasn't there. So I knew that that was an issue, and that's one of the things that a blood type A person shouldn't have. And another example is dairy products. All my life growing up, eating the bowls of cereal, you know how we are. However, you know, a lot of people want to say, now you're lactose intolerant. I'm not lactose intolerant. It doesn't work well with my blood type. So you have to look at those kind of things. Does it cause a headache, neurological problems? Does it cause bloating? Does it cause digestive issues? A lot of times, if you just stop those things, all those abdominal issues and different things that you have going on will go away immediately.
So talk to me about, you mentioned it a bit, but here at TFC, it's working out. You've got a very, very intense boot camp, which is phenomenal. Those are 6-week series. You also have various classes. You have the equipment here. So talk to me about what all happens underneath this incredible roof? Because I know it's a whole bunch.
It's a whole bunch, and it's a one-stop shop. I really want you to be able to come here and service the entire family. We have 4 generations currently here at TFC, from child care. We have classes, and classes include things like Zumba, kickboxing, powerlifting, spin. So when you come in here, you really leave out, people think, they feel like they just went to a doctor's office. They really feel like, oh, you're really into this more than just give me a diet and just have me lose weight. You're really trying to understand what's going on with me. And that is my whole thing. So even if you don't come in and do a class, you can still come and get those services. If you're working out, a lot of time, majority of my clientele are women, and their whole thing is, I can't because I have a kid. Well, we have childcare. There's no excuse for that. So whatever it may be, you can come under one roof and have all your needs taken care of.
Now, I have to brag a bit because, again, I have, I'm a little nosy as a journalist. So I kind of talked to some of your clients. One of them, Joel.
Okay. Oh, goodness.
So I said, well, I probably can't do this program because I'm always on the road and going from shoot to shoot. I've got all these things going on. And tell me what you told me about Joel.
I'm so glad you brought him up because, like, when I say it's amazing, he came to me. One, he's a truck driver, and you talk about your lifestyle. Imagine just being on the road for hours, and he drives 14 hours a day. Wow. So he's like, he couldn't have fit it into his lifestyle. But why he fit into his lifestyle, his doctor was about to put him on diabetic medication. Now, he's not a big guy, so people think that all times it's about being obese, but small people had a lot of health issues as well. So when he came, he was like very nervous. All you think about with diabetes, my foot gonna get amputated, or different things, kidneys and things like that. He said, I don't want that lifestyle. So he came to me with all his lab work. I went over everything with him. We devised a plan. And let me tell you, this is a person who literally followed a plan to a T. He would come here, his wife would fix his meals for him, which is a great thing. And he'll have his whole bag every day. So when he comes in, he does the workout 110%. He goes in there and take a shower, and we have beautiful showers, so you can leave here and go straight to work. He drives to Austell, which is very far from here, and then he drives for 14 hours and come back the next day and do it. He has perfect attendance every boot camp. So he said he was only gonna do it for one 6-week boot camp to get it. No. He's been here now over a year. His wife is now with us. His daughter has joined us a few times. He's on the Hall of Fame. He has the most sit-ups, most push-ups for men. This is a 50-year-old guy who came in here and transformed his life and did not get on that medication, and also came off a high blood pressure medication. He's had to change his uniform size several times because he has transformed. He said he hasn't been this way since he was almost in high school. But this is what I'm talking about, getting in the best shape. But when you also get your physical together, the spiritual goes along with it. Because his wife said, I don't have to worry about him anymore because he's happy now. He comes in here before everybody else. He's excited. He socializes with everybody. And she said she joined because she had to see who did this to her husband. And they've been married for almost 30 years. So it just shows you that it's more than just the physical element here at TFC. We are here to take care of the entire package.
Yes, this is a gym, full services gym. But you're not just providing a service to the community. You're a small business owner who is giving back to the community. In fact, you do the supply giveaway right before it's time to go back to school. You follow and support breast cancer awareness. So talk to me about this need to give back to your community that you also provide this service to.
I literally had to start getting to the political aspect of what's going on in our community, a food desert. So I started having the food mobile come to our fitness center in the parking lot for 3 straight years. And throughout the whole summer, you can come get fresh fruit and fresh produce here at TFC. So it's not just about I give out backpacks for school, or we do breast cancer initiative, or we do the Thanksgiving giveaway. All those kind of things are just something that's in part of me, but I knew that there was a need for our community, because the only thing I kept seeing put in our community was more fried chicken places and more dialysis centers. And until you can change that narrative, because there's no Whole Foods over here, there's no Trader Joe's, and so many people we've been on this platform for a long time, and every time I come and get interviewed here, or people come in, oh my God, this is a special place. You should take this to Johns Creek, or you should take this to Buckhead, or you should take this to, why can't we have an elite facility right here in our community to service us? And that's what I fight for every day.
What is your most proud achievement?
One of my biggest, most proud achievements is stepping out on faith and doing this. I say that because I had so many setbacks, even starting this, even getting this building that you're very in. I've had a lot of pushback. So when I start off this with a little bitty room and then another facility, and to grow into a 13,000 square foot facility where it was just me when I started, and now I employ, I did over 30-something things for Christmas for my staff, for my cafe. You know, the fact that you can help take care of families, the fact that you can transform lives every day, the fact that you can see people come off medication, I know that's my calling. I know that's my gift. I know that's what God put me on earth for. So I'm humble because I know that tomorrow can be taken from me. I know that I don't take anything for granted. I don't take for granted that someone comes to my door and choose to come here and train, or choose to get a smoothie from me, or choose to get a vitamin B12 shot. They can go anywhere they can go get those things from, but they choose to come here, and I don't take that lightly.
Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the community. And what you don't know is I'm put you on the hot seat right now in front of my viewers, because we want you to bring some of your knowledge. We want to make sure that our viewers are healthy, our community is healthy. And so I would be honored if you would just on a weekly basis give us one health tip per week that we can put on DCTV regularly. So would you allow us to do that and partner with you and TFC?
Oh my, okay, so first of all, I am so geeked right now. That is that's such a blessing. Absolutely, I'll be more than honored to do that.
Okay.
So I don't want to mess y'all. Y'all better get ready, because I'm going to bring it. She just literally sprung this on me, so I'm going to be ready for some good stuff for y'all. Y'all going to see what she get on a regular basis. You can get it as well here at TFC.
Okay, I'm apologize to you all in advance. She's tough, she's a little scary. Don't let the little small frame fool you. But we are going to get healthy and fit together in 2023 here in DeKalb County. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much again to Tasha and Tadda's Fitness Center for allowing us to come into their shop and for agreeing to make us all healthy throughout the rest of 2023.